Pretty baby.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? You know what time it is.
I've been waiting for so long, girl, yeah, to be with you alone, girl, yeah. Move your back against the wall, girl. Don't be afraid, won't let you fall, girl. No, no, no. You don't have to feel no pressure.
No pressure.
No stress, girl.
No stress, boy.
Press, girl.
Y'all didn't know I had vocal skills too. What's going on? You know what time it is? Time for the LockMarie show with yo girl. That's right. Give it up. Give me my love. It's your girl, Coach LockMarie. Getting in the mood for my husband tonight, y'all. How is your day going? I'm in a kind of solemn, still mood right now. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day today. Let's see. Today we are going to read once again How to Stop Dating the Wrong Mr. and Miss Right and Attract the Right Heart and Keep it. Don't you want to keep the same heart for the rest of your life? I do. Yes, I do. What you know about that? What y'all know about that? Y'all, I'm acting goofy today. Okay. So let's see what the personal experience. So yesterday we were speaking about, let's go back. Marriage, right? And how, sometimes we get with people because they portray themselves to be one way, and then after I do, bam, they turn into this total different person. It's funny. I remember a coworker we used to have some situations at the job, and he would always say she knew he was crazy when she got with him, and he knew she was crazy. But you can't say that all the time. And I didn't used to say nothing because I understood that particular coworker had a lot of built up anger. But you can't say that a lot of times because, like I told you, like we've said, you got some folks who can play the role to a T. They have never been on a acting gig or audition, but when I tell you the Emmy goes to, yeah, you done dated them, you done dealt with them. You might be with one now. But they can make them tears roll when necessary, and that anger can fly when necessary. So, we just learning through this book and just bettering ourselves, and those who haven't said I do or haven't found that one that you even want to see if they're the one, this is giving you some good ammunition to get you ready. Okay, so we're gonna dig into some of the personal experience on this author. Hold on, let me get me some water to wet my whistle, as my Gigi would say. Okay. It says, I was always told as a child that if you let go and they come back, or it comes back around, it was meant to be. But if they do not, then it was never yours to begin with. It makes me laugh when I think of this because of my now fiance is a product of this. Sounds deep. We met almost 25 years ago in a junior college. I was only 18 and he was a guy on campus that I knew. We never really had any private interactions or times together. We only saw each other when hanging out with our other friends on campus, in class, or as we walked the halls together. He was not your typical bookworm. Well, his outer appearance did not make you think so. He was a rough and tough looking guy with an interesting past. Well, oh, sorry y'all. My fingers got a little loose there. Like, that scared me. I was like, who cheering? Okay, back to where we were. He was not your typical bookworm. Well, his outer appearance did not make it. He was a rough and tough looking guy with an interesting past. Well, at least compared to mine. I can remember, though, that he was a very sweet person and gentle when he dealt with me. We never dated or even told each other that we liked one another, but I guess I can admit now that I did have a secret little crush on him. Let's see. But I never told a soul. He was not the type of guy that should have wanted a square, nerdy, homey church girl like me. My thoughts, of course. He dated other girls on campus. Some I knew and some I did not know. Well, I had friends and tried to call myself dating on campus too, I guess. I was never really successful with dating due to my strict home life and upbringings and beliefs. Well, years went by and I graduated from the college, and to think, he even came back up to the campus for my graduation day. From that day, which was in the year of 1994, until one day around 1998, I had no contact with him. I saw him again around 98 when I started working in the downtown area of Los Angeles for a large government building. He was working for a similar type company. All we did was say hello, how are you, how have you been, and I kept walking, not really thinking much about it. He had cleaned up nicely, and I was proud to see that. But I figured his life was filled, so I kept going and lived mine. From 98, we never saw each other or spoke again until around 2011, 2012, when I came across with a friend of ours that we went to school with. This person was still in contact with him. During that time of my life, I had gone through a great transition about a year before, and I was then living a single life. See, I had thought I found the Mr. Right for me, but found out he was not my Mr. Right at all. So I kept on in life looking for my Mr. Right for me, but going through a few wrong situations, learning a lot of life lessons, One lesson I learned was just because you and another person's relationship does not work out, that does not mean they might not be right for someone else. So I never discredit others completely. I just realized I could not deal with it for the rest of my life. Now that's a good point because I see it and hear it all the time. We're going to put a pin in this one real quick. How many times have you heard people like literally just once their ex gets with somebody else, they're like, girl, well, she must be stupid or he must be this. Ooh, y'all, I'm sorry. I just got distracted. My hubby just sent me a picture of a just in case he say something y'all don't need to hear. I'll play that video later. But yes, I think I'm gonna give me a treat tonight, y'all. I like them little text messages. Oh no. Okay. That's what, when you done found the heart, you do things like that. So, you hear women and men all the time, you see that, you start comparing. We've all been guilty of it. You seeing if they upgraded or if they downgraded or whatever you want to call compared to you, And then your friends be like, girl, that's girl, boy, that's who she with, Y'all know the conversations. We done all had them. But just because they're with someone else now does not mean that that person is stupid or that person is, dumb for getting with them or any of that. Because remember, it's attraction, attraction, attraction. And the time when you were with them, you and them had the same energy because you attracted one another. Okay? So when you have contrast in a relationship, you don't figure out you don't want them and they don't figure out they don't want you, or one of you have figured out and the other one still might be trying to hold on, whatever the case may have been, you're no longer together. And so with the new person, even though that maybe that person didn't want to move on, they've moved on. Or if you didn't want to move on, you've moved on. So now they have learned from dealing with you what they want and what they don't want. And now they are at a new energetic space and they're dealing with a new vibration, which is attracting now this next person. Now, some people, it seems like they attract the same type of person, and that's just because they have a consistent energy. Like they're still that same person. They didn't grow. They didn't change. They just remain the same. They're constant. Some people are just constant people. They don't expand too much when it comes to relationships. They remain the same. And that's one particular type of person that a lot of people always talk about, which I have a new book coming out soon. Yes. And we will discuss that real in depth in that book. I'm not going to talk about it right now. But that one particular type of person, we all, I'm sure, have come across them. And they seem to remain the same. And they seem to be the person who allows other people who they connect with to learn themselves and realize what they do and don't